There are times when you have to make a decision as to whether you want to risk your life to maybe win a race. Well, I would have to have my family in mind when I would think about something like this. But I think definitely that most race drivers would put their life before winning a race.
There was a lot of soul searching that went into it. Was it time to give up the sport and having a family? And we decided that that's what I wanted to do, and so we were able to continue on.
Following the tragic loss of Fireball Roberts in 1964, Ned shifted his focus to winning another championship. 1965 began with great potential, but a violent wreck at Greenville Pickens put Ned's career at risk.
I said, well, if this is something that's going to keep me out of any races so that I can't go on and win the championship this year, well, then I'll just retire.
He'd had a tremendous season to this point, but just like my dad, you know, he's tough. You know, he did what he had to do all the time, and he wanted to make sure that his family was okay.
Following Saturday's wreck, doctors revealed fractured vertebrae. The 8-week recovery time was a threat to Ned's title, but not his spirit.
I said, I've been told that you're the best there is in South Carolina. And I said, you can heal me quicker than what you normally do. He said, yeah. He said, how much time we got? That was on Sunday morning. I said, till Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. He said, it is not possible. He said, it is not humanly possible.
Ned's faith assured the staff that teamwork could make a quick recovery possible.
They went to work, had me in therapy, hot, cold, you name it, whatever it took, were going after me. And at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, I walked out of that hospital. I usually break up when I talk about that because it was such a great moment, not for me and only for me and my family, but for that staff at the hospital, for their accomplishments that they didn't think was possible.
5 days later, the determined driver, in a back brace, charged past 20 cars to finish second, keeping the title within reach.
Driving steadily like the champion he is, Jarrett steps on out.
Now the leader is Ned Jarrett.
There's Ned Jarrett taking the checkered flag.
A month after the hardest wreck of his life came the biggest race of the year.
Here is how the summer ends in South Carolina, with fireworks and beauty queens and a crowd of 60,000 jammed into the speedway at the hamlet of Darlington, the granddaddy of them all, they call it.
1965 Darlington, yeah, it's the day that will live with me forever, I'm sure our entire family. But yeah, I remember the day very well, hot, and remember all of these cars having engine problems, overheating problems.
Certainly been an incredible race. I've never seen so many automobiles with problems.
Look, excuse me, Roger, that is Darrell Derringer, pouring smoke from the rear of his car.
Look as though he must have blown the engine.
And there goes Ned Jarrett by, taking the lead in this race.
Ned nursed his car through the summer heat. The margin of victory was an unprecedented 14 laps for his career's biggest win.
It seemed like the entire town and even more people than what were living in Camden, South Carolina were there. Signs everywhere. So it was then, I always knew that my dad was pretty special in a lot of different ways, but that hit home that, you know, this was something pretty special.